I am my boyfriend's first black girlfriend, and it's just like a lot of pressure.
Ladies, never go on a date with a man who thinks that the cost of a date should be on you.
The reason that black man felt so comfortable speaking on a black woman's hair is not only because he hates himself or he hates his hair. He knows other black women hate themselves and their hair. Most of the people that are co-signing in his comments are black women. Why are y'all so worried about what another doing to her head? Like, you still getting made fun of. Black women will make fun of another black woman for her getting lemonade braids. Like, black women also hate other black women.
A lot of people like to go into the Bible and be like, oh yeah, in the Bible there was multiple wives without knowing the real story. And then there was once a time in history where women also had multiple husbands, but we hate to talk about that.
House cleaning before we get started. For those who have been rocking with me from day one, I appreciate the support. For those who may be new here, coming in or out the door, for me, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, get it cracking in the comments. Every bit of your engagement absolutely helps promote me into the YouTube algorithm. I thank y'all for the support. Now let's get to it. Drop the video. Let's go.
I am my boyfriend's first black girlfriend, and it's just like a lot of pressure because he'll ask me these really intense questions like, when can I meet your father? And I'm like, oh. It'll be weird to meet him at the same time.
I know your long-faced ass thought you did something funny. And it wasn't funny. I don't know if you noticed or not, CDC 2020 report, black fathers are the most involved fathers in or out the household. So this stereotype, this negative narrative that black men are not there for their children, is being perpetuated by people like your long-faced self and black women who have disdain for black men. Black men, if you look around in reality, are doing a whole lot more for their children than any other group of men in America, right? But y'all use black men as the scapegoat for y'all insecurities, for your own demons. We're sick of this shit. We're there for our children more than any other group of men. It just so happens that a lot of times black men are not married to the women that they're having children with because black women don't value marriage. And I'll say not only black women, but the black community in general doesn't value marriage. They're not teaching their daughters how to be wives, and they're not teaching their sons how to be husbands. So just because we have that dysfunctional dynamic doesn't mean that black men are not there in their children's lives. They are, and they're the most involved fathers in America, even backed by black mothers, that black fathers are the most involved. So you can stymie with this attempt at humor, which failed, and it wasn't funny, but we know what y'all do. Y'all like to use black men as the stepping stone for a lot of your own issues. Girl, get your long face ass somewhere and go sit down.
Ladies, never go on a date with a man who thinks that the cost of a date should be on you. And they also think that they are a prize that you need to leave your kids at home for and go out of pocket to see.
How about you wait till your children become adults and then date? If you need help with a sitter for your children financially, I suggest you not date. See, this is the thing with women like you. I don't understand this. Like, if you have financial issues, you shouldn't be dating anyhow because you're in survival mode and you're going to look for someone to come and rescue you. And that's not what dating with intent is. You shouldn't be looking for someone to come and rescue you from your financial burdens, right? You should be looking for a person of good character, morals, and values, and someone that possibly can be a father to your children, not to be using someone to pay for things that you yourself cannot pay for. I say this to all men. Don't date women in survival modes. If a woman asks you to pay for a sitter for her children, she's broke. She's broke. I don't care what narrative she tries to spin. Oh, if you're going to date me, you got to also know that I have children and you got to put in for their expense. Bullshit. You're not their father. They have a father. She can send them to their father or she can pay for herself, the sitter herself. But if she can't do those two things, don't date her. Run away, because this woman is in survival mode and she's going to bring you down into her toxicity.
The reason that black man felt so comfortable speaking on a black woman's hair is not only because he hates himself or he hates his hair. He knows other black women hate themselves and their hair. Most of the people that are co-signing in his comments are black women. There is very little outrage about this. Like, very little. Like, most of the black women are keeping quiet because they also feel like the way she wore her hair was unacceptable. It's bitches on here still bickering and trying to check bitches about wearing a bonnet outside. Why are y'all so worried about what another bitch is doing to her head? Like, you still getting made fun of. Black women will make fun of another black woman for her getting lemonade braids. Like, black women also hate other black women. Like, that's just what it. And I know we're trying to make this. I know we're trying to hold black men accountable right now, but it's all of us. All of us need to be held accountable. All of y'all need to be held accountable. Because, baby, I'll go weeks without doing my edges. I'll come around. I'll come outside looking. Baby, I know who I am. So that's just me, you feel me? I know who I am. I'm sure a lot of other people know who they are too. But y'all sat there and let that man feel very much comfortable. And a lot of y'all was sitting up in there looking like some pick-me's because y'all think that man look good. Y'all think that, trying to say, oh, I never wear my hair like that, boo. He doesn't give a fuck. He does not even want y'all. Please.
Look, this whole colorism, texturism conversation that black women love to have, this is a conversation y'all need to have amongst yourselves. Because black women, I've said this a number of times, perpetuate colorism more than any other group I've ever seen, outside of the people who created it. Also, they perpetuate texturism more than any group I've seen outside of the group of men and women that created it, right? So the woman that you saw on the other side of the screen doing her hair was the Chelsea woman that they were roasting because of her natural hair, right? And I'll say this, I'm not a dummy. This was not a conversation solely about that woman's hair. No. Like, y'all like to have these disingenuous conversations saying that black men don't like black women's hair. No. Here's what's going on. She isn't conventionally attractive, right? Conventionally attractive. That's what she's not. And that's what I was trying to say. If you look at her, she's not an attractive woman. And I don't say that to be mean. And I don't say that to belittle the lady, because she did nothing wrong other than post a video of how she wears her hair in her workspace, right? And people said she looks a mess. She looks this, she looks that. And what I know it is, a lot of you are too much, you're too cowardly to say what it actually is. She's ugly. She's ugly. And that's what all of this nonsense is about. Her hair looks fine. Her hair, I don't think is the worst course of hair I've ever seen. It's not. Her hair isn't bad. She's just not attractive. And y'all are cowards. Y'all didn't want to say what it was. She's not attractive. So any hairstyle this woman has on her head isn't going to be something y'all rock with because you don't find her attractive. And I wish y'all would stop being so disingenuous with this shit, right? I wish y'all would just tell the truth and stand in it. It doesn't matter what your hairstyle is, if it's natural or not. If you're not conventionally attractive, I don't give a damn what hair you have. I don't like it. And that's what you want to say, and that's what y'all should be saying. She isn't attractive, so you don't like the way she looks. It has nothing to do with her hair. Nothing. That woman hair looks fine. It's not the worst hair I've ever seen on someone. She's just not attractive. Say that and stop being cowards.
People like to go into the Bible and be like, oh yeah, in the Bible there was multiple wives, without knowing the real story. And then there was once a time in history where women also had multiple husbands, but we hate to talk about that. There was a time when there were multiple wives, when we were taken over and there was kings and queens. Queens also have multiple husbands as well.
Amen.
We have to talk about that. We have to do our research, and so we know our history.
Bullshit. And I know you haven't done a lick of research, because you can't point to me a time in history in a society that was purely matriarchal and a queen had numerous men. Where? Or husbands? Where? What point in history? Show it to me. I guarantee you she couldn't show me a time or place in history, a nation, a tribe, a kingdom, nowhere where a queen had more than one husband. Now that queen might have had secret concubines, sure, but she definitely wasn't doing it out in the open, right? Not like a king. A king could have multiple wives and concubines, because kings were the highest level of authority in a kingdom. He was the monarch in charge. But you can't show me a place in history where a queen did the same thing. And if anyone comes in my comments talking about Queen Calalifa, which is a fictional tale from a monk about an Amazonian colony on an island outside of the coast of California, I'll kick you in your teeth. It didn't exist. It didn't exist. This doesn't exist anywhere in history. where a queen was able to have open concubines from a matriarchal standpoint. This is just prattle and babble from a woman who clearly likes to indulge in poly lifestyle, right? And y'all know what I'm talking about, multiple partners. And she wants to somehow do revisionist history to make it seem like this type of behavior was natural and normal. It's not, and it never went on in any part of history. You can't point to anywhere in history, any kingdom, any nation, any tribe, nowhere in history where a queen had multiple husbands and an open concubine. She might have had a concubine in secret, but it definitely wasn't something she was doing out in the open. It didn't happen, ma'am. And if you want to shame people and say, oh, do research and you'll see that it happened, when you didn't do a lick of research yourself because you would know what you were saying was a lie. That's all I got, man. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, get it cracking in the comments. I'll see y'all in the credits. 2 fingers. Peace. I'm out. Just lying for the sake of lying.
Like Jesus.
I don't ask for much from you. It's like you don't got the time to